Perfect. We are back. Thank you so much for being so patient with us while we fix our audio. For those of you who are just joining us, or if you have been watching us without sound, welcome to R&R, Relationships and Real Estate with Chris Silva, Corey Silva. We're super excited to have you here on the third week of November. Who is loving this fall weather? We've got 2 weeks down, 2 to go. Wait, but it's one of those long months, right?
It's like 5 weeks.
So that don't make no sense. That we got a little
good.
more time. So has everybody has everyone started to enjoy this nice cozy weather? It's cold.
Love this weather.
You get to stay in a little bit longer, get warm, bust out the sweaters. It's sweater weather.
Flannel weather.
Tanya's here with us. Hi, Tanya.
Hey, Tanya.
She said, "Hi, guys. We can finally hear you." Laugh out loud. I know. I don't know what was going on with that. I think the audio was just a little chilly. Just needed to get warmed up a little bit.
Just needed to heat it up. We had to take the game out of the console and then put it back in, start it over.
Now we're good. We're good to go. Oh my goodness. So are you all enjoying the early dinner time? Supper is now at 5.
I love this weather. But this is about as cold as I want it to get, right? Mm-hmm. Like I don't want to be, I can't live in the snow or anything like that. Like I could visit there for like a day or two. And then leave.
Come right back home.
But this is about how much I love like 60 degrees. Not all year long, but like right now, it's cozy weather. In the morning, I don't want to get out of bed as fast, right? Kids are cuddling a little bit longer.
I don't know.
I love it.
Hey, Monica's here. Hi, Monica.
Hello.
Thank you so much for joining us. So I do like the change in weather, but I feel like it went from super hot, long summer to now it's winter. Like nothing in between. We didn't get to ease in with the nice fall weather. It's a little chilly for me. It was really cold in the beginning of the week.
If anybody on the East Coast watched this show, they would be like, what the hell are you talking about?
Well,
winter?
yeah.
Like this weather is not winter. It's 60 degrees. There's people in Boston still wearing shorts right now, flip-flops. It's 60 degree weather.
I know.
We're just, we're built differently in California. We like, we're tropical people. We need to have the flannels on with the
tropical.
65.
I wish it was tropical here.
I imagine it every day.
Oh, yeah, I know. We just talked to one of our best friends, Mirza, yesterday, and they had their first snow in Minnesota.
No, thank you.
Ooh,
Keep
Lord.
that snow.
I don't need that cold weather. No,
all those Californians that moved to Idaho and Montana, and they're going to be paying for it this first winter. Let me tell you.
They're going to be really cold.
They're like Christmas lights. I'm not going out there in that weather. Bah humbug.
I don't know. They might have some of the Griswolds there that go hiking all the way through to find their Christmas trees in the snow and the forest.
Tanya says it's been so cold in Lancaster. It's a desert.
Mm-hmm.
Hot and cold.
Super duper cold. Yep. So everything we do is for our clients. And this past client appreciation event, we created a Keep the Party Going Facebook group, right? Yes. And that networking group is really for people to stay in touch. If someone's looking for an electrician or a gardener that they trust, they can go on there and meet up with some of our past clients and our friends and family. And if you've been to our events, people end up making these connections and they like to stay in touch. So that's part of the main reason why we created that. And we had a little contest on there. It was a pumpkin carving / decorating contest that we told you about a few episodes ago, and we drew the winner here live on Facebook, live during our R&R podcast. And the winner was a pina, and I forgot to mention Van's name during it.
So the hubby, from what I understand, actually carved the pumpkin, right? But he got no credit.
He didn't get any credit because Apina posted it. She didn't say Van did it. So I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt and give her all the credit. But actually, Van is he was the creator of the pumpkin that they carved, the Messy Eater, and they won the $300 gift card to Disneyland, and we were able to get that to them over this past week. So I'll be posting a picture of them. Congratulations again. We're super excited for you, and we're even more excited that they won because they were supposed to go to the Oogie Boogie nights, and they came down with COVID in their house, so they were unable to go. Luckily, they found someone to take their tickets, but now they actually get to go, and they have a little girl who's super excited. She gets to go for the holidays. So nice. Congratulations again on winning that. And if you all liked that contest, then keep an eye out. Maybe we'll start doing some more contests like that.
We should do some more contests. That contest, the person and company that gave away that $300 was Henry Rodriguez at State Farm. Mm-hmm. Any other vendors out here that
looking to make a donation to help out? That would be wonderful, because it
want
would
a shameless plug, right?
Yes,
hey,
we'd love
we'll
to
plug you.
Yeah, and we love to do giveaways for our clients. So please, if you're interested, let us know. And if anyone has any ideas of some good contests coming up, we're heading into the holidays. I know people like to get really crafty and festive. So
check out Monica's comment over here. She's finally getting back on this Disney bandwagon family, right? Check her out.
Monica, you're on the Disneyland queue trying to get season tickets. Yay! Okay, I hope you get it. I saw that announcement this morning that Disneyland has opened up the queue to sell the Magic Keys again. And I'm super excited for you that you have the opportunity, but I'm not going to lie. I said, great, there goes all my reservation opportunities because it's been wide open. So that's good. I think maybe Disney is learning that they need these Magic Key holders to keep their company afloat, right?
Right.
So I hope you get through. And let us know which one are you getting. So then I can know, maybe we could coordinate some Disney play dates.
There you go.
And my mom is here. Hi,
hey,
Mom.
Mama.
She said, happy Wednesday, honeys. Thank you so much for joining us and supporting us. We appreciate you all being here.
So this past Friday was Veterans Day. Big shout out to all the veterans. Thank you so much for your service.
Thank you.
A lot of which are our clients. We have so many veteran clients.
We do. Thank you so much for your service. We really appreciate you and sacrifices that you make.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So it was a good time there. I ran into one of my old friends that I used to work with like 17 years ago.
Well, what are you talking about? On Veterans Day?
Veterans Day. Yeah. I ran into my buddy that I worked with like 17 years ago at Countrywide on Veterans Day. How cool was that?
That's pretty cool.
Pretty cool. We got to hang out and have a drink together. It was nice.
Okay.
I'm talking about Adam Martinez, by the way. Just want to throw that out there.
Okay. So Monica said that she wants the Believe. Oh, I hope you get the Believe.
Monica, just don't tell Bobby how much those Believe passes cost, because it's better when we don't know. Ignorance is bliss. When Corey started to spout off how much these things cost, I was like, just stop. Just don't ruin the experience for me.
Oh, that's why I got to go all the time. Get your money's worth.
Right.
It's so worth it. The kids are little. They're only going to be little for so long. So just, create these memories for them. They're going to love it. They already do love it. So, yeah. Oh, I'm excited.
So in a little bit, we're going to be watching a video on TikTok, and I guess it's the worst house flip, which I'm really excited to see because I've seen a lot of bad house flips.
Oh my goodness. We've seen some crazy ones. Monica can attest to that because I've showed her quite a few when she was looking for her first home, which she's lived in for quite a while now. But yes, people, I don't know what they're thinking sometimes.
There's a house right now on the market in Santa Clarita that's been on the market 3 times. They just relisted with a 3rd agent today. I think it's on Alyssa and U-Haul. And when you get out the master bedroom, there's a slider to go to the balcony, except there's no more balcony. So there's just a slider, and then you fall to your death. Yeah. And
what in the world? Is the HOA okay with that? Is it a house or a condo?
It's a house. But I'm sure, you know what happens. That balcony was probably termite infested, falling apart. And they're like,
replace it.
We'll just get rid of it.
Sweet baby Jesus.
Sorry, let's check this out.
We're going to check out the worst flip ever on TikTok.
This might be the worst flipped home ever. Check out this microwave. This flipper put the screws right through the cabinet and then into the actual microwave.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
And he did it for all of them.
Oh, boy. This is why you hire professional people.
There's a huge gap between the microwave and the cabinet.
So this is a first-time flipper for sure.
Yikes.
All right, it keeps getting better. Notice
okay, good. Let's see what else.
These counters. And the counters and the cabinets aren't even screwed to the wall.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Outlet over here either. And
the guy was really proud of himself, too, on cutting those cabinets to fit.
Super blast mode.
Or finding them at IKEA.
And the faucet are on at the same time. And then if you pull the diverter, super blast mode for when you're super dirty. All right, I'm gonna give the flipper credit for this. It's pretty cool.
Okay, what's wrong?
All right.
I don't understand.
Obviously,
Context
the
to
door was
that.
too wide.
Well,
and
one's
I'm
only
not
supposed to be
sure
on
where
at a
cut these
time.
were.
Oh.
It looks like
But
he cut this door with a pair of
let's see what else they
scissors.
got here.
And then they
Ooh.
just gave up on the plumbing in the crawl space. They were like, fuck it.
What is
It's
that?
4
Oh
p.m.
my
on
gosh,
Friday.
it's just
We're going
pouring
home.
It's just
out.
disconnected.
Somebody's turning
We're going to see a
on
turd
water.
fly out of there. I know it. It's
Eh.
coming.
Totally
I brought our kids too
Oh
much.
my gosh.
mess. Oh my goodness. This is
What?
so bad.
What in the world?
Come
Brought to me
on.
by a flip guy.
That can't be real.
Be careful out there.
I mean, do they expect somebody to buy
This
this
might be-
without getting an inspection done?
I don't know. I know this looks really bad, but I've seen worse.
I've seen worse.
I'm like, okay, what's next? What's coming?
The great thing is when you can guess their profession based on what the house looks like. Like I remember I showed this house, and it was probably Antelope Valley. And there was like 7 or 8 different types of flooring in that house. Like every room had different carpet and different laminate, and it was crazy. And I'm like, what does this person do for? They were a flooring company.
Yeah, they get all
like
those
testing it
scraps,
all out, or-
all the scraps that are left over. They're like, this will be great in the flip. I'm going to save some money. What? So here goes Anthony Bedgood. Thank you so much for joining us, Anthony. He said I know that house. No way. You showed it?
No, he probably flipped it. He probably-
Anthony,
I know
you didn't
I
tell
know
your
you're better
seller
than that.
to connect the sewage line. Oh my Lord. And then Mark Chang says, laugh out loud, looks like a film set and not a real house. Oh, maybe.
Possibly. Now,
I don't know.
Now, if you guys want to see some more houses like this, just for shits and giggles, let me know. There is a company that lists a lot of these homes, and that company is called Open Door. So I got to talk about Open Door because their business model baffles me, right? How can you just decide that I'm going to lose money on every single house that we put on the market?
Maybe they just made so much in the beginning that they're just like hedging it.
You know what it is? Maybe the CEO of the company is like Bezos, right? He's just giving all his fortune away on each house.
I don't know.
So let me tell you what's happening right now, guys. So right now, Open Door, if you guys can look at it yourselves too, or you could have us send you some information if you see a house from Open Door that you're interested in. But they made these agreements with sellers earlier in the year. And I don't know how long they gave them. You know, they give people different amounts of time, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months. Hey, we're going to buy your house for a set amount of dollars, no matter what. But you could stay there 6 months. We'll close a sale when you're ready to move. Right. So they're closing sales, let's say for $1 million. I saw one today that my client, one of our clients sent us in Northridge. And the house is listed. It's been on the market for like 100 days.
Right.
And it's listed for $995. But 101 days ago, when they went on the market, when they bought the property from the previous owner, they bought it for $1.1 million. So
Wow.
they were already listed at $100,000 under what they paid for it,
Right.
and it's $100,000 overpriced.
I mean, the market's changed quite a bit. I don't think they anticipate, maybe Open Door didn't anticipate all these changes.
But that's just the half, right? So that's happening on almost all of their houses. They're all listed. They all paid more than what they're worth, and they're listing them like $100,000 on average, less than what they paid for it. On top of that, I don't know who their inspector was. I don't know if they were doing virtual inspections. But this house that my client sent me, the wall with the neighbor, it's coming down, right? It's almost on its way out. Corey and I saw a house on Burke Place.
Yes, that house has been on the market forever.
We were curious. It's been on forever. We're like, maybe we could pick it up for like $1 million, right? I think it's listed at like $1,137,000. Anyhow, that house has so many things wrong with it. First, there's mold.
First of all, there's mold. There's
Visual mold. You can
there's
see
like
the black
trees
mold.
that are growing like partially into the house.
And they also have one of those balcony patio things that needs to come down.
Gonna come down. So Anthony said the Newhall house, not the TikTok house. So he knows the house on Alyssa.
Okay, all right, Anthony. So man, we got to get Anthony on here one time because Anthony is hilarious. Let me just tell you.
He's a pretty funny guy.
But,
my goodness.
Yeah, so he showed that house in Newhall. He knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's been on the market 3 times.
Oh my goodness. Why is this? What agent is not telling them to put something out there?
Why wouldn't you fix that? Or just
Fix it.
The cheap way to do it is you just change the slider and you make it a window to make it safe. It's cheaper than building the structure, but you got to do that before you relist. Nobody wants to take that on.
Aye.
Yeah. Anyhow, Open Door. My guess within the next 6 months, bankrupt, out of business. I'm calling
goodness.
it right here.
I wouldn't be surprised. So Chris was able to make it to the Elite Networking Awards this year. Last year we went to Disneyland, and this year we canceled Disneyland, all for Elite. So Chris can make it to the awards. And how did that go?
Well, we showed up 45 minutes late. So any parents out there know when you got babies, sometimes, you're going to run a little late.
Yeah, you got to
We
get
had to take them across
prepared.
town, drop them off at grandma and grandpa's, come on back, hit some traffic. But, fashionably late, right? It wasn't too bad.
It wasn't too bad. We actually got to sit at the same table as Anthony, and he was shooting dice. So that was pretty interesting.
It wasn't really dice, but he was acting like he was shooting dice. Well, because we couldn't hear what was happening in the very front.
Right,
we got
right.
there last, so we were in the back.
So we
in the way
had
back.
we had the table with entertainment, which was great. You get there
we had
late, you have a little
entertainment.
bit of entertainment when you can't hear the microphone. But overall, it was a great night because we got to see
A bunch of friends
and colleagues, and congratulate people who won some awards. So
it was
a
awesome.
good time.
Very good time. And I got to post a picture with the SCV MVP,
Who's that?
Diddy, Ryan R. Diddy.
Mm-hmm.
I found it today. That's the only picture, and there's one with Anthony that I didn't see in my phone, and I saw it today. So post that later. Some more shots from the night at the Elite Awards.
Perfect.
So you followed that up with an event like the same weekend, right?
Yeah, so this past weekend, our good friend Rona Jukes from Logix, she's so amazing. I've known her for quite a while since I got into the business. She invited me over to the Seroptimist event. It was opening doors to a brighter future fashion show over at the Hyatt. And it was cool because she's been wanting me to come to some of their events. And it was a fundraising event to help benefit women and girls, to help empower them, help people who are facing challenges. And so, they had live auction and they had a silent auction, which was cool.
Was that your first one? No, you've done it at the school before, right? At Pico Elementary,
the silent auctions. So, of course, I'm like, hey, it's for a good cause. And they had some really cool items there. So I won one silent auction item, which I didn't really win.
How many?
I got the winning bid.
How many did you bid on?
Like
what
5.
Did you really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy. What if you would have won all 5?
Good. More donations for a cause. And
I'm
gifts
looking for somebody
the
to buy or
holidays.
sell a house now so I could pay for Corey's bids.
No. They were all in good fun, and they all had, I had ideas in mind of who I was going to give the items to. So it was like I was going early Christmas shopping, So Evelyn is here, and she said, "Hey guys, hey Lulu, thanks for joining us. We miss you so much."
For anybody just joining us, thank you for joining us on R&R Relationships in Real Estate. If you're on here, we can't see if you're on here or not, but if you want to say hello, make a comment. That'd be great.
Yes, we'd love to give you a shout out. And Urvashi is here too. Hi, Urvashi.
Hey, Urvashi.
Thank you for joining us. I need to contact you because I need some IT support. So I will reach out to you today because I know you were busy last time, but I need to get you over to our office ASAP. For sure. So
it's great to have such amazing friends.
I know. So so the Seroptimus event was great. And one of the big items, the live auction item that I won was, well, I didn't win, but I had the winning bid.
You won. You had the winning bid.
Was a trip to Mammoth.
Nice.
Which we've never been to Mammoth before in the snow. So I'm excited about that. And I was thinking about our sister and brother-in-law. Well, that's the reason why I want to get it, because they love going snowboarding.
Right.
So it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'll be drinking hot cocoa or something when they're snowboarding. Zeph's here too. What's up, Zeph?
Hey, Zeph. Thanks so much for joining us.
Big shout out. Happy anniversary. I saw you did 13 years so far.
Oh my goodness.
That's a big,
Congratulations.
That's a big milestone.
I remember their wedding day. Such a beautiful day. I think there was 2 weddings that day. I was going from each side of town to make it to their wedding and then the other one.
I'm trying to remember. I was probably really drunk.
Probably.
It was a long time ago. That was before kids.
Oh, congratulations to you and Sheena. Oh, we're so excited for you all. And they have beautiful girls, so.
The most beautiful girls, yeah. I can't get his little baby girl to smile at me yet, but I'm working on her. I'm getting there.
I love Gabby. She's so cute.
I'm getting there.
She just sizes people up. She's like, okay, when I'm comfortable, I'll smile for you. Yeah. I got her to let me hold her the other day.
It's pretty amazing. It's a big step.
It's a big feat.
So speaking of these babies, right? Our kids are growing up. I need to be better about posting. I don't post a ton, right? I just get caught up. It's weird because I take the videos, but then I don't post them.
That's how I am too. You're enjoying the moment.
Definitely. So while you were at the event on Sunday, I was at the park with the kids, right? Simple little date. Like I don't want to go too extreme. I actually thought about taking them to the old Mount Tasia, whatever the new place is called. MB2 Racing,
yes.
Whatever. They own it. But then I had a flashback of how I lost Tino for like 3 minutes in the arcade and almost had a heart attack and died.
And you said, no, thank you.
I was like, yeah, I don't want to deal with that today. I want something nice and chill. So the kids have these cool little devices, like these gadgets that they ride, right? Grandpa got them both, Grandpa and Grandma, right? We call one that Nola's on a Ziggy Zaggly.
We just gave it a name.
She calls it that, so that we rolled with it. And then Tino has like this little trike thing that you sit down on. But we were at the park, at Richard Root Park, and nobody plays basketball there, by the way. It's like nobody there. So the kids, there's like a little bit of a slope. They were going nuts doing these tricks. And I had no idea that Nola could do what she was doing. She did like 5 360s in a row. She was going pretty, fast. Probably too fast for you, where you would have been upset.
He showed me the video, and I'm like, how do you not have a helmet for this girl? That is not safe. If she flies off,
she's so low to the ground. It's not like a bike
matter.
when you're up. She's sitting down to the ground.
She's got a nice little soft skull that could get injured really bad.
Oh my gosh. I rode a bike my whole life growing up, never had a helmet. We just didn't have helmets back then. It just didn't happen. Okay. Never had skateboards, no helmet. Roller skates, never did roller skates. I fell in the house with roller skates on, no helmet. I was fine. So Christian says he saw that girl power. That's right.
Yeah, she's pretty amazing. And thanks for joining us, Christian. We really appreciate you. Yeah, I'm really proud of her. I was like, whoa. But the mom in me was like, okay, maybe, are you okay with wearing a helmet? And she actually is like, I think I should probably wear a helmet.
Did she?
She did say that. But then we couldn't find her darn helmet the next time we went out.
Kid's 6 and she's already smarter than her dad. So it's so funny because I had one of our clients reach out to us. She was kind of upset that I let Nola go so nuts on that thing. She was like, oh, I bet you Corey wasn't there, because if Corey was there, she wouldn't let that go. Yeah, she guessed right.
She sure did.
Anyhow, Grandpa was really proud of her. I sent him the video and he was like, that's my girl. He called me right away.
All excited.
If anybody wants one of those little devices, I don't know what they're called exactly, but I'll find out and I'll send it to you.
I know where
kids have a ball. And the thing, it's not expensive. It's like $40, right?
Yeah, that thing was $40.
She loves that thing for $40. Like a video game costs $50, I think.
Yeah, and she's
Get
getting
your kids outside.
Fresh air, and she's outside. She's getting her exercise in. Chris and I were talking about how I wish they made adult ones of those, because you're using like your arms and your legs at the same time. It's like a full body workout.
Well, more than that, I think it really ties in with jiu-jitsu, because when you're sweeping somebody, that's how you're moving at the same time. It's like opposite, right?
Right.
And she's just doing this constantly with her legs and her feet, and her hands at the same time. I'm like, she's gonna be sweeping everybody at jiu-jitsu.
Oh,
so
yeah, that girl, she loves her jiu-jitsu.
Pretty excited about it. It was fun, and that just leads me on, like, these kids are growing in leaps and bounds. So our kids are not like in love with money, but they like money like anybody else, right? And they're like, they want to earn it.
Yes.
They don't just ask for it. They always try to do things to earn money. So because of Nola's the one that came up with this idea, right?
She's been asking for it for a while. She said, well, can I get one of those charts? And I didn't really understand what she was asking for, what type of chart, but she wanted a chore chart. We could write down what we did for the week. And so we came up with a chore chart. And it's been a week now that the kids have been doing chores, and they've been making their bed,
doing dishes, folding laundry,
cleaning up the dog's poo, feeding the dog. I mean,
what else?
Nola wants to clean toilets. I'm like, you don't have to do that, but she wants to.
I don't understand the fascination with that, but okay.
Go ahead and clean them.
Like, you do all the rest of these chores, and if you do a really good job, I'll let you clean the toilet.
And she... like, it's a reward. My cousin used to do that to my brother and my other cousin, because she would babysit us, and she made it seem like that was the thing to do, and she'd get them to wash all the toilets. It's so funny. So my mom says there are sizes for adults. Really?
Ooh.
Oh, okay. We're going to be cruising through Richard Root Park on those things.
Now, I'm not going to have a helmet for Nola, but I'm getting one because...
Oh, my gosh. This guy.
I'm totally kidding. Oh, and then Anthony Becca says he's sending his child to us.
Oh, okay. play date?
To teach them to do chores.
Oh, for chores.
For
yeah.
chores, yeah. I mean, it's such a big thing. I think there's always something different that somebody didn't like about the way they were raised, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like different generations, right? I don't know what our parents' generation would be, but I know for mine, it was like I did everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like I pretty much raised myself. Like I made my own food, did my own laundry, and no complaints, right? I know how to survive in this world.
And take care of yourself.
I think a lot of people that were born in the 80s probably dealt with the same thing because a lot of them had both parents working, right?
Right.
So you're like pretty much like at first grade, your parents already trusted you with the key to the house and you're watching yourself, right? Which would be like,
especially if you're the older kid, you're in charge of your younger sibling.
You're in charge, right? So I think what has happened to the generation after us having kids, I think a lot of parents, maybe they didn't like that experience and they want to do everything for their kids, right? Like all the time, like,
I don't know. I think that's kind of generalized. I mean, there's
a big
some
group. There's a big group because there's a lot of kids that I'm not judging people. They tell me these things like, oh, my kid doesn't do any of this stuff, right? And I'm like, well, if you give them the opportunity, they'll do it because they want to. Kids want to be involved, right? Mm-hmm. But you also have to have a lot of patience as a parent.
Like cooking. So
yes.
I have a lot of patience when it comes to cooking. Usually like I'm in a hurry because I want to make a fast meal, but I know if I just slow down and let the kids be involved and have that, one-on-one experience and give them that pride in, chopping up the food and putting it in the pot. Over time, they're going to get quick at it.
Right.
They're going to learn how to do it quicker and they're going to enjoy it so much more. And that's what Tino did the other day. Usually Nola's the one who's in the kitchen and wants to help out. When they were a little bit younger, both of them did, but he's not as interested lately. And he came up to me and said, "Can I help you make dinner?" And he was over there chopping the veggies away. He helped me harvest some veggies out of the garden and herbs, and he was cleaning them. And it was just so cute to watch him. I took video, of course, and haven't posted about it. But when he took the food and put it in the pot, afterwards, I could just see him going like this, like almost like it was magic or something. It's like sprinkling his love in there. Because
we always tell him to put love in our coffee, right?
For sure, yeah. So my mom said, yeah, Corey hated making meatloaf for dinner. It's so funny because my mom taught me how to cook at a young age and how to clean. So I was in charge of dishes. I was in charge of cooking food. I was in charge of doing laundry.
Damn, Ma. Hey, Ma, what was Alan in charge of, Corey's brother?
He was in charge of taking out the trash and feeding the dog.
Oh, he got off lucky.
Yeah, he got really lucky. Easy street. And at first, everyone would fold their own clothes, but eventually, over time, I folded everyone's clothes too.
Is that why I do all the laundry now?
That's your choice. And thank you so much. I really appreciate that you do the laundry.
I don't mind doing the laundry.
And actually, I do laundry too. I help out.
I'm totally kidding.
So, but yeah, so I think at the time when you're a young kid, you're like, oh, I get to help mommy, because she put that spin on it. Like, oh, you want to help your mommy? Yeah, for sure. Like it was such a fun thing to do. So she made it fun. But then over time, I'm like, dude, what's going on here? How come I getting this fuzzy end of the lollipop? And Alan, all he has to do is take out the trash and feed the dog. But you know what? It's good because it taught me how to take care of stuff and how to multitask.
Well, you run our house.
I'm grateful for it.
Yeah,
so
you run our house and you do a great job.
And look, she wasn't a slave driver. She didn't just say, do this. I got an allowance. And that was huge for me. I wanted to be able to go to a little fashion gal and go pick out my clothes. My mom hated going shopping with me when I was young.
Did she go anyway?
But she went anyways. So she taught me the importance of, earning what I want to buy. I had to work for it. And I appreciate her for that. So thank you, Mommy, for teaching me those life skills because they paid off.
Absolutely.
And now your grandkids are doing it too, because not only are they doing all that stuff, they're also folding laundry. They help sort the laundry and put it in. So these are all little things that we got to teach them.
As they get a little bit taller, we're going to teach them to start doing the laundry because it's a top loader, so it's a little tough. But it's coming. That stuff's right around the corner. But let me tell you, Santino on Monday morning, because we decided Monday was the day that they were going to get paid, right? And we negotiated wages, which I bid them up a little bit. Long story short, they started at Santino threw out a number of $7 a week. And we're like, each? He's like, no, I guess we could split it. I get 4 1 week. Nola gets 3. We could just switch every week. And then Nola's like, no. Nola's like, $4 each. And then I thought since they were going back and forth, we gave them $5 each. So they're getting $5 a week.
Yeah, Chris gave in. I'm like, wait, you're giving them more than what they asked for?
They're going to figure out real quick that we're underpaying them, and they're going to be like, F this. I'm striking. I'm not doing anything anymore. I'm not even taking a shower. Like I saw what was coming. So I said, we'll give him 5.
He's such a softie when it comes to the kids. If
For
that was
sure.
a real estate deal, no way. He would have went back to lower.
No way. But it's our babies. So anyhow, Monday morning, Santino comes into bed and he goes, Daddy, what's today? I'm like, Monday. Payday. He was so psyched. He was so excited to get paid $5.
I know.
And they're doing their chores all over again. We're here on Wednesday. They've done their chores every day.
They're making the bed together. They're taking out the trash, doing all the things that they need to do.
And it's a team, so they got to do it together. And I love that too, because it makes the kids communicate. It teaches them to work with somebody, because sometimes one wants to do it, maybe the other one doesn't want to do it. We're going to come across that too. They're going to have to learn to work together.
Those reminds me of those team projects in college. Oh, there was always that one person who did nothing and just got the free ride. Ugh.
I'm sure that's how it is in the corporate world too.
It is all the time. Transactions.
I can't tell you how many real estate transactions I've done where I'm doing all the work. Like for the other agent too. Like I'm like, all right.
You got to make it happen. You got to do what you got to do. So Chris went back to jiu-jitsu, everyone. He has been talking about this for a while. He went on Monday and Tuesday, and I'm so proud of him.
Thank you, baby.
Does that hurt?
Everything hurts. Everything hurts. Especially my ego. But no, it was nice to go back. I'm really sore. I mean, it was hard to sleep. But, I'm old. I'm 42.
That's okay.
It is what it is.
So did you get a roll with Mark? Is Mark still here?
I didn't get a roll with Mark, believe it or not. So a couple times we were going to roll with each other. And, the way it works in jiu-jitsu, if a higher belt asks you to roll, you can't say no.
Oh, okay.
So I was going to roll with him, and then he rolled with the black belt, right?
Okay.
So then didn't happen. So that kind of stuff was happening and we couldn't do it. But anyhow, let's see what Urvashi has to say. She says, I was very protected as a child, and it didn't do much. Oh, go ahead, baby.
I learned life skills at the college dorm. I think eventually you do learn stuff. Oh my goodness. So your mom and dad just pretty much helped take care of you. They probably didn't want you to have to worry about all that stuff. Just focus on your studies, probably, right?
Yeah.
And that's a different way to approach it.
Mark says next time.
Next time.
I'm looking forward to, surprisingly, I did better than I thought I was going to do.
Good.
Because I thought I was going to be out of breath. And I just learned to hold on. Hold on and not exert a lot of energy, because I don't have much to exert, right? So I just kind of took my time on each roll and just played a lot of defense, really.
Good. Well, I'm glad you made it out alive. And hopefully you can go again next week, or maybe a third time this week.
I would love to just rip off the Band-Aid and go 3 times this week. So I'm going to try to go maybe next week. Okay. I mean next week, tomorrow. Either tomorrow night or Friday morning. But I have to do one of those for sure.
Awesome. Well, last night I had the opportunity to go to my book and wine club, which was fun. And we talked about a book called The Gift of Imperfection. And it was basically, there's a lot of, ins and outs of it, but it was accepting things that are not going to always be perfect, right?
Sure. It's a hard lesson to learn, by the way.
Yes. Letting go of anxiety, right? Being so worried that things aren't going to be perfect or you're not going to finish. And guess what? I took that message literally, because I didn't even finish the book. I didn't have time.
You're like, I'm not going to stress out about it.
And I'm not going to stress out about it and beat myself up over it. And that's totally fine. So I think what I found with the book club, which I absolutely love because there's a bunch of women in there that I've been making great connections with, is I might just start doing these audiobooks. Does anybody ever have time to actually read books, or do you prefer audiobooks instead? Because I love the messages out of it. It's just carving out that time. It's so challenging.
You know what? I listen to some podcasts now, right? But I still like to read. Usually it's off my phone, right? I still like to actually read instead of listen. But Christian Lazor was on here earlier, and he tells me he just flies through different books, but he does them all audio because he's on the go all the time.
Yes, because I'm in the car so much. I don't really have that much time to sit and read.
It's not a bad idea. You should try it.
I think I'm going to try it. I just bought the next book for our next meeting next month. And
what is it?
the name of it is Relentless.
Relentless.
So I'm excited to read that.
I think it's by Kobe's old trainer, right?
Tim Grover is the name.
Yeah, it's his old trainer.
So Christian said audiobooks and podcast every day. Yeah. Got to sharpen the tool.
Yep.
So that was last night. And Chris and I had the opportunity to catch up on Yellowstone. Do you guys feel the shock? What's the shock?
So can we talk about it? It's funny because not knowing that we're going to be talking about Yellowstone, Corey's totally got the Yellowstone vibes going on. Like this is something that Beth would wear for sure.
I got my boots on too.
And you know what's funny is every time Yellowstone comes back on, like the season's back on, Corey calls me buddy like 3 or 4 times a day now.
How many of you also use that term to
Buddy.
someone that you're just, love so much? Buddy. Hey, buddy. I know my mom likes that name for a lot of people.
She likes it when she's driving because one time we asked the kids, they really wanted to say a bad word. We're like, just go ahead, let them all out. And Santino goes, buddy.
You thought buddy was a bad word?
Because he heard Grandma using it aggressively in the car.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Yeah.
So do we have any Yellowstone fans watching? What are your thoughts on it? Apparently fans are not happy with the big revelation on the premiere.
I mean, I saw it coming. I hate when I see stuff coming, but like, I'm not going to bag on the writing of the show because it's a great show. It's the most popular show, right?
Right.
But it was obvious it was coming, wasn't it? Like,
yeah.
Anyhow, there was a big, not to say who, it's a show that people die all the time, but there's a big death on the show right away. That's how they start the season off. And it's sad for sure, but I wasn't surprised.
Ay, this Yellowstone. I think people haven't watched it yet because no one's making comments. So.
Well, if they scroll on anything to do with Yellowstone, there's going to say there was a big death, but we're not going to tell you who. You got to watch the show.
Yeah, don't spoil it.
Don't want to spoil it.
Watch it. Let us know what you think. I think they released 2 episodes, right?
Yeah, we got to see back-to-back episodes. Who does this too, right? So we cut cable 15 years ago. We haven't had cable in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So we live stream. We've been live streaming forever, right? And it started off with just Hulu and Netflix.
Why are there so many different platforms and we can't keep them straight? Well, is it supposed to be on Paramount or is it on Peacock? Is it on here? Is it on there? Well, what's our login? It took 30 minutes just for us to finally get to Amazon Prime and pay for it.
Right. And
which I think I already have the subscription for Paramount.
But then you can't find it.
Oh, it's so frustrating. Does anyone else have that same challenge as us?
It's super frustrating, right? So last year I think we got into Yellowstone last year. We were late to the party.
Right.
Your 'parents had been telling us about the show for 3 seasons or 2 seasons, whatever. And then we finally watched it. So we go and watch it and we figure out, okay, well, we got to watch it on Paramount or whatever, right? I think it's Paramount. And so we watch it, we get caught up, we watch all the seasons, we're psyched. And then that the show, what is it, a prequel, I guess. The show comes out 1883. And it's like a spinoff off of Yellowstone. It's like the original story of the Dutton family, right? So you would think that it would be on the same network. But no, it's not on Paramount. It's on Paramount Plus. So you got to pay another fee to watch this damn show. Or you can go to Apple and you can just figure out on Apple TV, or the Apple app, you type in the show and then 5 different services pop up and you pick which one that you want to pay to watch this show. It's super annoying. There's Vudu and Peacock. Oh, maybe it was on Peacock. I don't remember. But is anybody else annoyed? And then how do you keep all these damn passwords straight?
Oh, I have LastPass for that.
I know Corey, she's so frustrated with me because
I'm so annoyed. Him and his passwords.
I'm like, babe, what's the password for this? And I'll just text her randomly, and I don't know the passwords for all these different apps.
Listen, I got this guy set up on LastPass years ago, and he never stayed up with it. You keep all your passwords in there. It's super easy. It's protected. You want to find out what your password is, you just type it on your app and you find it. It's all there protected. And so when he asks me for the same passwords all the time, it gets a little frustrating.
Yeah, so instead of me getting frustrated trying to figure out what my password is to the LastPass app, I just hit you up and then you tell me and then I'll just deal with, you being mad for 5 minutes. It's okay.
He loves making me mad. You hear that? I'll just deal with it for 5 minutes.
It's totally worth getting the password. Sometimes that's what you got to do. So,
Oh boy.
switching things up to real estate, because I know everybody wants to hear about real estate, right?
Oh yes.
No, but seriously, there is I think a game changer loan program that we're just finding out about, right? So we're in the process of getting approved with this lender, probably be approved by next week. But there's a new down payment assistance program. And let me explain to you guys what that is. So there's a lot of people, especially here in Southern California, where it's so damn expensive to live. They make a lot of money, or they make enough money to pay a mortgage, but they can't save any money because it's expensive to live here, right? So they always ask, is there a down payment assistance program? Like, is there a way that I can get in without any money out of my pocket? And the crazy thing is all these programs always have income restrictions.
Right.
What does that mean? I'll give you an example. If you want to qualify for this down payment assistance, you could only make 80 grand a year.
Right.
Well, what the hell are you going to buy with 80 grand a year?
I know. It's challenging.
You're going to be moving to San Bernardino, Deep Antelope Valley. You're not going to live in San Fernando Valley or Ventura County or Santa Clarita Valley. It's not going to happen. So for many years, that didn't really apply to our clients because of the areas that we serve, right? But this program that just came out is a game changer. Down payment assistance, it's an FHA loan, no income restriction.
That's huge.
What does that mean? You could be making $200,000 a year household income, and you could buy a place. You're not going to get dinged or penalized for making good money.
Right.
And you can get assistance to get into a house. So the way it works is there's two different ways, and we're learning about this still, so there might be some more to it. But the way it works is you have to take a class and whatnot to get this, right? It's a government program. But you'll have a first loan for 96.5% of the loan amount. So just keep stuff easy. I'm going to say $1 million loan.
Okay.
$965,000 first loan. Second loan's 35 grand.
Okay.
Right? That 35 grand is going to be 2% higher than whatever the first rate is, what the rate is on the first. Let's say the first rate is 7%. The next one would be 9. Right? So for all the people that are like, I'm just saving some more money, like the rent, for a lot of people, the rent is going to be just as high as a mortgage payment right now.
I know.
Because the rents are so
not
high.
Coming down. They keep going up.
So it's a good opportunity to say, you know what? I'm done paying somebody else's mortgage. I'm going to start paying my own mortgage and get into a place. So if you've been on the fence, or you know anybody that's been on the fence and is like, you know what? I know I can afford a mortgage. I just don't have the money to get into a house. Right now, with the market shifting the way that it has, we can find a seller that's willing to pay your closing cost and buy down your rate. And I'm gonna put this out there. I probably can get you guys into a house. We can get you into a house for like less than $5,000 out of your pocket,
which is huge because the rents right now, my goodness.
Yeah, and I know it's possible. This isn't something I'm making up.
Because if you go to look for a new place to rent, you have to have that last month's rent, security deposit. That's more than $5,000.
Right. Earlier this year, like in August, we sold a condo here in Valencia. And it was a VA loan. So similar concept, 100% financing, right? Raph says, that's awesome. What's up, Raph?
Hi, Raph. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining us. So earlier this year in August, sold a condo for like $400,000. We were able to get the seller to pay all the closing costs, right? Since it's VA, it was 100% financing.
Right.
Okay, there was so much money left over because I had asked for like $15,000 in closing costs that we were also able to pay, it was a condo, for the buyer's whole first year of HOA.
That's amazing.
The only thing he paid out of pocket for that whole transaction was the appraisal.
That's awesome.
The appraisal. That's it. So because he had the extra money, so he didn't pay for a condo cert, none of that stuff, right? So he paid like $700, you guys, to live in his condo. Where can you rent a place and pay your first month, last month security deposit, and it's going to be less than $700?
I don't know of a place.
This guy bought a place. He bought a condo for less. So there's
he's just making
opportunities
the principal and interest payment because of HOAs for that whole first year.
Right. And the way he figured it, like, yes, he's probably paying like $400 more a month than what he would pay to rent the same unit. But he's going to be writing it off in interest, right? Like it's going to be worth it.
And it's his own. And over time, he can build equity. Whereas if you're renting, you're just paying somebody else's mortgage and building their equity.
Right. So, You might not get that on every house that you want, but we could find those deals for you guys. And you can definitely find something like that out there right now, today, in this market with this inventory, guaranteed. So if you guys are interested in something like that, let me know. We had another phone call that right before the show where the person's like, I don't want to deal with having to sell my house right now.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, don't sell it then.
Keep it.
Keep it, rent it, buy a house with 5% down.
Yeah, there's so much opportunity. With the change
So
in the
much.
market, a lot of people get scared, but with change, there's always opportunity, and you just have to have the right people to help you navigate through it. Tell you
Right.
about these programs that maybe you didn't know existed.
And, we tell our clients all the time, we're in the business, like we make a living off representing buyers and sellers, right? But we always tell our sellers when they're ready to sell, we just tell them what the option is if they did decide to rent. A lot of people don't want to deal with being a landlord, whatnot,
For
right?
sure.
Totally get it. It's scary, especially like SoCal where, the renter rights are
Really high.
really, they're just stronger than what landlords don't really have much rights. So it's a little tougher, especially with the moratorium that happens. So a lot of people don't want to rent, but for the people that are okay with that, right? They could take on that risk. I mean, I don't ever want to sell another property as long as we live. Everything
wanna
that we
hold
buy,
on to it.
we're holding on to it, and I want to collect some income later.
Right.
If you're able to do that, and if you have the stomach for it, that's really the way to go.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Not every realtor is going to tell you that because, again, we make a living off selling homes, right? But,
For sure.
what we do, which I think is, there's some agents that do it. I don't think everybody does, is we really have our client's best interest all the time.
Yes.
All the time.
And if you can keep your property and you probably have a low interest rate, why not?
Yeah.
It'd be amazing. So speaking of clients and seeing them win and congratulate them, we have one of our first sales in Williams Ranch community for our really good friends. We're super excited for them. They got their keys on Monday.
So excited.
And they
for
get to
them.
move in. So I can't wait to see how they're enjoying their brand new home over there, which is so exciting. And then we opened escrow this week on a new purchase for an investor of ours.
Yeah, so we actually have the home inspection tomorrow. But same thing. This is people think like you can't make money in this market, right? But this investor retired and just has their money sitting in a bank.
Right.
Not what it would make it 2% interest. I don't know what banks are paying, 3%. I don't know what they're paying. But instead, he's putting his money to work for him, buying this place. We're like in the 700 range, and he's going to rent that out for $3,500 a month. So sure, it costs $700,000, but he's going to get $3,500 a month like clockwork
Yes.
forever.
Huge.
Right?
Huge.
And he doesn't have a mortgage because he's buying it cash.
Right.
So
there's a lot of opportunities.
there's a
out
lot
there.
of opportunity. And then for that particular investor, we could have found stuff that cash flowed more, but it's a different demographic. He loved where this property was located because it's in Westridge, where you have the 3 highest rated schools in Santa Clarita. Well, 3 of the top.
People want to
rated
live
schools.
there for the
People want to
schools.
live there. It's a different type of renter as far as income wise, right? So anyhow, that's where they decided. But there's a lot of deals being had. We also, I think it was in one day that all this happened, right? Like sold the house, opened escrow. We started escrow on a new loan because we do loans too, you guys. We don't just do real estate, right? So help somebody there. The rates are actually, they got a little bit better. We were at 7.875, almost 8% about 3-4 weeks ago. And when the feds raised the rates this last time, people thought it was going to raise the rates for consumers, but it didn't. The rates actually came down to about 6.875, and they're kind of hovering there about 6.875, 6.75 to 7%. And then if you guys have an appetite for an ARM, which is an adjustable rate mortgage, they have like 7-year ARMs, which 7 years feels a little bit more safe at Logix. And our girl Rona's over there. So anytime we talk about Logix, we just refer to Rona. We don't get any kickbacks or anything like that. We just want our clients to win.
Yes.
But you can get a rate as low as 5.375 on a 7-year ARM. I think you're paying 1 point, and you're not paying it. We'll get the seller to pay for it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's not bad. It's
No.
not bad. So with these type of programs coming out, I think it's going to stop the bleeding. It's going to stop the hemorrhaging anyway of homeowners losing the equity in their home.
Right.
It's going to start to stabilize. Now, if the rates could just stay a little steady, even if they go up to 7.5, buyers just need to see that they're not continuing to go up, right?
Right.
They start to stabilize. the market will stabilize more. It feels like it's stabilizing because our phone is really busy with buyers that want to buy.
Yes.
Which is great.
The opportunity.
Thank God. So, because they see opportunity out there. So just remember, with chaos, there's always opportunity.
For sure.
And we're your navigators. We're your guides.
So our current sellers that have been in escrow for a couple of weeks, everything is going so well. And I'm super excited because we're almost at the finish line for our sellers who have been through a few escrows. And everything's going so smooth. So we just need the good juju out there. Everyone put out some good vibes. Hopefully they'll be closing very soon in the next couple of weeks.
They will. I'm an optimist, so I'm throwing it out there. But yeah, we're getting really close. There's a lot of going to be a lot of happy clients. November, December, we have a lot of stuff going on.
For sure. And now that the holiday season is starting to come up and it's approaching, Chris and I, we work pretty hard all year, and this is around the time that Chris is like, I need a vacation. Is anybody else feeling like that? Like, you work so hard, you want to just relax a bit. Thanksgiving break is coming up, and then you have the holidays. Who else is feeling like they need a little vacation, a little break? Does anyone have any big plans coming up for the Thanksgiving break? Are you going out of town? I know Raph just went on a cruise. That looked like a lot of fun.
Love boat. I saw his post.
Yeah. Does anyone have any getaways planned? I'd love to hear about it. If you can just drop it in the comments. Yeah, we're excited because we got offered a little trip to Kauai. And so we're going to be going there. There was like a special that they offered through our timeshare that we
The funny
resist.
thing is the last time we went to Kauai, Santino was 1. So it's 7 years ago. And we said we would never go back.
Because it rained so much when we were there.
But we're going back.
But it's an island that it's so beautiful and lush and green because it rains a lot. And that part of the island we're at, it rains more than the south side, right? The east side.
I don't know.
He's like, I don't know. I'm just going and I'm going to relax and enjoy myself. So we finally booked that, which I don't know how everybody else feels, but is there one designated person who just in your family is the one in charge of booking vacations? Does it seem really stressful? Like, you feel like you need a vacation from booking your vacation. There's so many ins and outs of it.
This was a joint venture, though. Because you did the first leg of the vacation.
And we
I was
booked
like,
the
it
right
wasn't long
days.
enough.
The days are correct.
Days are correct this time.
The airplane tickets match the actual stay. So I think we're good.
I got to rent the car. That's the last thing.
Oh, I heard in Kauai that there's a shortage of rental cars and that people are privately renting out their own cars to people at the airport.
We'll figure it out. The first week that we're going to be there, we're really close to the airport. So if we just had to take a bus,
that's fine.
A shuttle.
Take a little shuttle there.
And then just order takeout for 10 days, totally fine with that. And then we'll just get a rental car when we go to the other side of the island.
There we go.
Save some money.
So is everybody else have any good plans coming up? I know this week is a little chaotic and stressful. We got a lot of stuff going on. We've got parent-teacher conferences today. How many of the parents out there have already done theirs with their kids? Or are you going toward the end of the week? If you've already gone, are your kids doing as well as you thought, or are they exceeding your expectations? I would love to know.
Now, I'm also curious to find out because there's all type of different parents, right? And relationships with their kids. If you go to the parent-teacher conference and the teacher says, well, your kid's not doing A, B, and C, or your kid's disruptive in the class, but your child tells you that's not true. They're just making that up. I don't know what she's talking about. Who's lying? Who do you believe?
The kid's lying.
I mean, I know who we believe, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I mean, I trust our kids. That'd be a tough one. If we go today and I hear our kids are disruptive, I wouldn't believe it. Only because.
Oh, yeah. Because you would be notified by now.
We've never been notified, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, but anyhow, I'm curious to see. I don't expect to hear any of that stuff today. But I'm excited. It's fun to see where they're at, right?
How they're progressing in school.
Yeah, I mean they're on different levels right now. Nola's in kindergarten, so she's just coloring and learning her letters, which she knows the stuff. Sight words, right? Where Santino's a full-on reader, right? And he's reading really, really well. And I just want to see what he's doing in class. You know, I've been able to volunteer in Nola's class at least once, so I was able to kind of get a feel for it.
Right.
But I really want to see what he's doing. I'm excited to see what his teacher has to say.
So we got to go do that this afternoon. And then HOA meeting coming up. Who else is involved in their homeowners association? Do you go to those meetings? I know you don't go because nobody comes to ours. We just get around and, well,
not even the board members, right? Because you guys don't even make quorum all the time.
Most of the board members don't attend. It's really frustrating. But, I foresee as things start to change and people, start losing their jobs or the economy changes, that's when they stop paying their HOA dues. And that's when you start seeing people go and complain at the HOA meetings. So I'm curious to see how that's going to change for our little community. But so far, so good. Thank goodness the HOA meetings have become a lot shorter and on track. We have a management company who's actually doing their job now.
That's great.
So read your HOA minutes. Make sure you're involved with your community and you know where your money's going to, because you'd be surprised.
If you were looking at an HOA property and looking to purchase an HOA community, I would venture to say that you probably have a good shot at becoming a board member, getting voted on if you really wanted to do it. You can go knock on your neighbors' doors. You only got to get like 3 votes to win because nobody votes.
Right.
Right? Like how many votes does it take to people to win in our neighborhood? Like 3 or 4?
I'm not even sure. We just have to meet quorum. I think it's a certain percentage. There's only 51 houses, so it's a little bit more challenging.
Yeah. But anyhow, don't be afraid of the HOAs. You could get on the board. You could make some changes like in your community if you really want to. For sure.
And then we're going to Underwood Farms this week.
We haven't been in a while.
I know. I'm super excited. The kids have Friday off because of, their Thanksgiving break. So it's starting Friday. We're going to take them there, maybe get some veggies. How many of you like going to Underwood Farms? What is your opinion on that? Because I always thought that they grow their own vegetables that they're selling at the front. But somebody crushed my ideas the other day and said, no, those are store-bought.
What?
I'm like, no, come on, we're going to a farm.
They're going to Gelson's?
I don't know what they're doing. And they said, there's no way. If that's grown on a farm, they look that nice and pristine. I'm like, they probably just washed them. Does anybody else have the insider scoop on Underwood Farms? Do they actually grow their veggies that they're selling there at the front?
We're going to have to ask the next time we go.
I'm going to ask them. I want the lowdown. And
who else is going to be there on Friday?
Who else is going to be where?
Underwood Farms. Is that where we're going?
Yeah.
I'm just saying we might run into people we know. We usually do.
Oh, you're asking the question. I've never been to Underwood Farms, Tanya said. It's so fun. It's a little bit of a drive for you because it's all the way out in
Thousand Oaks.
Thousand Oaks, yeah. I wanted to say Camarillo for some reason. But it's so nice there, and they have a little petting zoo area, and they have goats everywhere. The last time we
couldn't pet the goats the last time we went.
No, but the time before that, we got to see baby goats being born, which is pretty cool.
It's because of COVID.
Yes.
Now, were they afraid that we were going to give the goats COVID or vice versa?
I'm not really sure what that was about. But I'm excited because we could probably pet the goats again and the pigs.
I'm excited to watch the kids pet the goats and the pigs.
You don't want to?
I'll be taking the video.
Why not?
I'm good. I'm good on that.
Oh, make them feel nice.
Maybe I'll pet the goats. The pig?
No.
I'll eat the pig.
You're terrible. Don't say that. I don't like that. And then we're also having a block party this week with our neighbors. We've been talking about how we always want to get together. I don't know if you have any neighbors who are the same way. We're like, we're going to get together.
Never do.
Let's get together. And then it never happens. Well, we're actually making it happen. Hopefully it's not windy and freezing outside. We're going to have to take it into someone's house, but it's going to be potluck style. And everyone's bringing food. And we're going to hang out and have a good time.
Yeah, I mean, they could totally come by our house. The only time that we've been over to some of our neighbors' homes before, but the only time we've actually really had a drink together with the whole block was during COVID. Remember, we got locked down. You couldn't go anywhere.
You couldn't go anywhere.
You couldn't go into I think you can go to a grocery store only, but no other type of stores, right? So we had bought a bottle of wine for everybody on the block.
And we said, come outside at this time. Note. We'll have a glass of wine together. And it was like the only day during lockdown that it rained.
So everybody's cold outside with an umbrella drinking a glass of wine.
Because we wanted to see people. So
people need human interaction.
Yes.
It was nice. And I'm glad it's under different circumstances now.
Yes, that we get to get together and have a little block party. It should be fun.
It's always fun when liquor's involved too.
Oh my goodness. Then we have birthday parties galore this weekend. All the little kids are having their birthdays, so that should be a fun, jam-packed weekend, juggling the birthday parties. And we're actually going to the Light Up on Main in Newhall. Who else wants to join us there? Tanya, I was going to reach out to you because it's on our family dinner night, and I wanted to see if you would like to go with us and meet us down there, and then maybe come back, have some pizza afterwards at home. But we're going to be down there at the Light Up on Main in Newhall. So is anybody else going? It's so festive. Everybody gets out. They have the tree lighting ceremony. They're serving hot cocoa. I think they even bring in snow for the kids to play on.
They do.
Which that's kind of crazy.
The lines are kooky though for that stuff. I just like to see it all and walk from one side of the street of Maine down to the next side, and then hit the alley on the way back and get out of there. It's too many people all together. There's probably going to be like 25,000 people there.
I'm not going to lie. I'm a little bah humbug this year. If it's cold like it is right now, I don't really want to go.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
It sounds like, Tanya said, ooh, nice. Sounds like fun. Yeah, it sounds like fun, but just we got to go bundled up.
It's going to be cold.
I need to not be a Scrooge right now. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Yeah, I don't know. That's how I feel when we're talking about Disneyland.
Oh, really? I know. That is how you feel.
Speaking of Disneyland, we're going to Disneyland on Monday, huh?
Yes, we are.
Yay!
Woo! Oh, yeah. Monica, get your ticket. Book it for Monday.
Maybe she got it already.
Did you get your ticket, Monica? And book Monday so we could go there.
Anybody else want to see us on Monday? The Disneyland families, because I know there's a bunch of them. I see a lot of people post about Disneyland. We'll be there on Monday if you want to hook up.
Yes, yes. And then this event this weekend is also huge because it's a Give a Turkey event coming up.
Is it this weekend? What's the date?
Yes, it is. It is on.
Sure is. It's the 16th already today.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Yeah, the Give a Turkey is this weekend. Oh, my goodness.
Tell us about it. So what's going to happen this weekend? It's on Sunday?
Saturday this weekend. So Saturday, we will be at Golden Valley High School. I believe it's at 12. I'll post about it when I know for sure. But we've already collected a ton of turkeys. I think we were up to 350 turkeys as of like yesterday. Our goal was to hit 400, but that's like done turkeys, right? And we've already hit 400 meals. So I think
So they're like 50 turkeys short?
We're like 50 turkeys short, but between 5 schools, I'm hoping that we could come up with 50 turkeys.
Well, I just have to give a shout out here to Nicole. She donated after I had made the post about being out there, and she was super generous and donated a gift card. So we will be bringing that. That's going to help out with a few turkeys, I would think, right?
Absolutely. And big shout out to Mark Chang. He was on here earlier. His family's donated multiple years, and he reached out and he asked about it. And I said, I think we're going to hit our goal. Can I get you instead to help us with something else, which I want to talk to you guys about right now?
Okay.
Which is Heart Holidays.
Okay.
Right? So I know Tina will kill me for talking about Christmas right now when it's Thanksgiving hasn't come around yet. But I got to talk about it because everybody's going on vacation and stuff. We need to start thinking about Heart Holidays right now.
Yes.
So Heart Holidays is basically the social workers in the Heart School District, or just say Santa Clarita. They have already identified the families that have the biggest needs, right? Financially, right? A lot of these families also are going to give a turkey and depending on us to help them with Thanksgiving dinner, right? Well, now comes Christmas. Do you share some of that Christmas spirit? Let's help some of these families. So here's what we've done in the past. In the past, we would find the social workers would give us families. And let's say we had 20 families. We would find somebody and we would adopt a family ourselves where you're adopting the whole family. The whole family's making a wish list. And our goal back then was, previous years, is to just spoil the family and get everything on the list. And it's not like people aren't asking for jewelry or
handbags,
Louis Vuitton bag or like designer shoes. They're asking for like a coat for work. It's cold, or the family's never been to the movies together. We'd love to have like 5 tickets to the movie theater, a movie night. It was a lot of stuff like that. We need, shoes, right? Like my shoes have holes in them. Like it's really necessities that the family wants for Christmas, right? So in the past, that's what we do. We just spoil a family. But this year, the social workers have asked, instead of spoiling less families, to help more families by picking one item on each person's list instead of all 3-4 items.
Okay.
So the goal
then you're
is
able to help more families.
The goal is to help more families because so many people are struggling right now. On the news, they try to say that, we're not in a recession and all, people are hurting right now. Right. They're barely making ends meet right now. With the cost of goods going up, I don't know if you guys noticed, but like credit card debt is through the roof because people are depending on their credit cards to buy groceries. Right. So we're shifting our focus, even though we're doing Give a Turkey this weekend. We're now shifting our focus onto Heart Holidays. So if anybody would like to contribute for Heart Holidays, please let us know. Whether you want to adopt a whole family or you just want to give a gift card to chip in to help a family out, we will give you a letter from the school district thanking you for your donation and to show the amount so you guys, for tax purposes, you can write it off. But also, if you want Corey and I to do the shopping for you because you're too busy, we will take pictures of the items that we bought, send them to you so you guys know what you bought for this family. We don't know the names of the families. We get like family of 6, mom, dad, that's ages and sizes of what because usually they want pants or whatever, right? So I love it. We do the shopping with the kids. The kids kind of get the idea of, that there's giving back and that not every family has it like they have it. Right. And I was 100% that family growing up. So I feel like it's our duty to give back.
Absolutely.
Like we have to.
For sure. So yes, if anyone is interested, please reach out to us. Again, thank you so much to all of our clients who showed up for the donations that we did for Give a Turkey. And for those of you who reached out after the big event, we really appreciate you. There's still time if you want to donate for that. So we meet the $400 or the 400 turkeys for all the families. And there's plenty of time for us for the Heart Holidays. So thank you so much. And Monica did make a comment on here. She said, "Sorry, friend, we are still on the queue. Bobby is also on the queue, and we are racing to see who gets the tickets first."
Nice.
Laugh out loud. I love it. Okay, so if Monica wins Bobby, then you have to buy her a new set of ears when you guys go. Throw in some little incentive.
There you go.
Not like she has any control over that, but I hope you guys get your tickets. Super
She's like, "Girl, I'll buy my own ears."
Okay, or she can make her own. She's very crafty.
Well, I think that's going to be our show, huh?
Is it going to be our show already? Well, thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out with us here on R&R, Relationships and Real Estate. We are your hosts, Corey and Chris Silva, and be sure to check us out here weekly on Facebook Live on Wednesdays at noon. We will be here next week for our Thanksgiving episode, and we hope to see you all then. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Bye.